Welcome back to Dork Points, everybody. This is Ron. Hello again. And tonight we are looking at 10 games for under $2.99. And we have looked at some cheap games before, but this is a little strict. All the games being reviewed are under $2.99 or less. I did purchase a few of them on sale. Thank God. Starting with Action Hank, which I don't know. I don't even know if it was worth $1.99 or whatever. It's I knew what it was gonna be, and I knew it'd be fun for a little while. And I thought, I don't know, maybe playing it with another person would be fun. But yeah, you're just on a little like toy track, and you're a little action figure man, and you have to run and jump along the track that you're locked onto. I'm not making it sound as fun. Well, it's not fun. It's frustrating, actually. But yeah, if you like this kind of game, it's okay, but I don't know who likes these kind of games. Alright, moving on to Moto Racer 4. This was 99 cents, and this one, though the same thing happened, I reached a level where I could not get any further. I did really enjoy this game. This game has a great look and feel to it. It is very reminiscent of some of the old school games, the way you're kind of locked to the track visually. I don't know what that trick is, but it doesn't look or run the same way that like Wreckfest or Dirt do. It has this old school arcadey look to it where you're locked on the road and the road is kind of passing under your tires. And I really like that. It brought me back. But of course, when you get to about the third group of races, the game just becomes so hard, even on easy, that you'd have to play it perfect. Sad. Moving on to Red Wings, Aces of the Sky, the little treasure nugget in my bag of coal. This game is a lot of fun for all ages, I'd say. Nicole played it and dug it, and then my daughter Charlie, she played it for, I would say, at least 2 hours. I don't know, maybe she just liked doing the co-op split screen with me, and she liked playing a game with Dad, but I don't know, we got to like level 11 together. It was pretty fun. There are flying through the hoop missions, as you can see some of the hoops in the background, and that's a big bummer. And also, again, there is a big difficulty spike to this game. I finally made it to level 24 of 50 levels. Come on, people. And yeah, it's tough. It really spikes on you by like the 9th or 10th level, so beware. But good. Alright, Tiny Troopers Joint Ops. This was another one kind of like Action Hank, where I knew it was worth $1, and so I spent the $1. But I knew that was all it was worth. It's basically a phone game, and you're tiny little army men. I swear I've seen people playing these or something. I think it is for sure a phone game ported to the PlayStation. But yeah, you just move your troopers around, and you shoot these different obstacles, and they shoot back at you, these different buildings and enemies. And yeah, you know, I played through pretty much the whole game, and I enjoyed it for what it was. A little 99-cent distraction. Tiny Troopers. Yeah. Alright, now we're going to talk about Everreach, Project Eden. Somebody really wanted to do a BioWare kind of game, but they were either a first-time company, which I think they are, or they didn't have a lot of devs, which I think is also true. This game is kind of pretty to look at, but it is really lacking in every aspect. The story is not interesting, the gameplay is really sticky and hard, and then you're like, to move is super slow and soupy, but then, like, your reticle just bounces around the screen, and it's impossible to kill things. This is the first mission of the game, and I must have died, like, 20 times. First mission, and then loading screens. Oh, we'll talk about loading screens later. After all this is over, we will have a loading screen song at the end of this video. We will, for Everreach. But death by 1,000 cuts, as they say. This game is technically poor. I started the game up, I went to shoot, and the reticle was flying all over the screen, so I went back to the main screen, quit the game, went back to the main screen, and changed the camera sensitivity. And then I loaded the game back up, and it didn't seem to take. And here to find out all the things that you do in the options screen, even while the game is playing, if you just pause it and do stuff in the options screen, it doesn't stay. And yeah, it kind of sucks. I set this game on easy with a very slow reticle, and it didn't save any of it. This game is bad. I know the people who worked on it probably put their sweat and tears, and I will play their next game, I promise. But this thing is a piece of crap! Ugh, Everreach. Now we cleanse the palate. We cleanse the palate with Reese? Is that how you pronounce it? Reese? I don't know. This game was... it might have been $2.99, but this game was well worth it. This is a fun little world builder. I guarantee anybody who starts playing it will get at least an hour or two of enjoyment out of it, and if you like world building games, it's downright addictive. The one setback is to play the game in its normal mode. There is a 30-minute timer, so if you don't achieve certain goals within that 30 minutes, you gotta play it again. Dynamite Fishing World Games. Speaking of, again, just like Action Hank and Tiny Troopers, this appeared to be some kind of phone game. I really lucked out on this group of 10 cheap games. Lots of phone games, you can tell. So yeah, you just tap X, or if it was on the phone, you tap the screen, and you drop a bunch of dynamite. That's all it is. Is it fun? Well, kinda, yeah. You're blowing fish up with dynamite. There you go. Alright, now into the sweet stuff. Candy. Freakout, Calamity TV show. Oh, dear God. I started making this video and got delayed by a week because I could not put this game down. Does anybody remember Smash TV? It's a Smash TV ripoff. And it's also a bullet hell kind of game, if you know what that is, where they throw a million things at you. This level is one of the first, and it's quite tame in comparison to the rest of the game, but it is frenetic, and obviously so is the music, but just the pace of everything is an adrenaline rush, and it is weirdly extremely hard, but also extremely hard to put down. And I actually platinumed this game. I just could not stop playing it. Yummy in my belly. Alright. Now for another treat. This is a lighter treat, kind of like maybe some Melba toast or a Triscuit. It is something healthy for you, I guess. It's Golf Club Wasteland. And yeah, it really does feel like that. It feels like your mom feeding you something healthy. So, well, firstly, the game kind of works like Angry Birds or Party Golf, where you kind of stretch back your controller and there's a little arrow guiding you, and you launch the ball. The arrow is real inconsistent, I have to say, which is a big bummer, but the game itself is beautiful, and it has a wonderful backstory about the end of the world. So good. And now the final game of the night, Red Nose War Dogs. The company put their name over the name of the game. It's actually called War Dogs Red's Revenge. I don't know what they were thinking. And there's a lot of that in this game. It's got a lot of good elements, but there's so many moments where you're just like, what were they thinking? It's basically a Streets of Rage. I like the style and look of it all, but all the little bells and whistles that Streets of Rage puts into their games that you don't notice to make the fighting smooth and enjoyable, this game unfortunately does not have. So yeah, it's a little sad. It's definitely worth $2, but you know, that's about it. It's a cheap Streets of Rage. It was fun. Alright, that's all for now. Dork Points fully earned. Thank you guys for watching, and good night. And now, because I promised it. It's the Everreach loading screen song, and this is how it goes. And it is way too long because, well, nobody knows except for the people who made Everreach. Why did they make this so long? The game is pretty cheap and it shouldn't take that long to load. It's not an open world game. Why is this so long? I'm looking at the recording thing, the little stick that's supposed to move, but it's just sitting still because this video is so long, because this loading screen is that long. I mean, look down in the corner and there's a little blue light and it is getting bigger, but it's not even close at all, cause it's the Everreach loading screen and it never ends. It never ends. It never ends. Everreach loading screen. It never ends. It never